So during the manipulation era, humans believed that money, consuming and hoarding brought them happiness. Humans were told what they wanted and were sold anything they were willing to pay for. It was exciting. Blinded by wealth, luxury and power, they ignored their impact on the natural world. They knew that hunting for gas and oil poisoned the seas, and they didn't mind when rivers ran dry or caught fire. They knew they'd live as they'd stored water. When humans were told nature was good for them, they collected pets and plants, maintained their gardens and hugged trees. When they became aware that the planet was under stress, they created national parks to save the living world. They wanted to do more, but the leaders who knew they'd abused their power for too long hid in bunkers until the people went back to the shops. Having forgotten how powerful they truly were, humans depended on their leaders. They listened and waited always. Many times they tried to recover their biophilic instinct. Many times they tried to save the planet, but they felt powerless and their need to consume remained strong anyway. They gave into their addiction for sweet coffee, animal flesh and junk food. They gave into their addiction for steel, concrete, oil, minerals and fast fashion. Though they would have liked to save the planet, their civilization, as unsustainable as it was, collapsed. What a gloomy tale. The greatest thing was, in the 2020s, there were still alternative scenarios, and the possibilities of changing how they lived were endless. The dominant leaders had been operating at a very low frequency, so they had organized their civilization based on fear and division. When humans realized they were limited by some old programming, they reclaimed their power, and with a little shift in consciousness of their planet, they recreated a healthy world. By then, human senses had evolved to make them perfect consumers, enriching those who gave them the illusion they were improving the quality of their lives. It took a lot of power to resist junk food, toxic perfume, and fast fashion, but there came a time when their conscience wouldn't let them forget about the tigers, the whales, and the polar bears. They had to save them. For that, they had to truly care about the jungle and the oceans. They reflected on how they were tricked into becoming a danger to their own home and took action. They bought tote bags and bamboo toothbrushes, but microplastic was in their toothpaste and their shampoo. It was everywhere. It was a great big mess. Toxic metals were poisoning children's blood. Air pollution entered their lungs. So much needed to change. They invented the carbon credit and carbon tax. They ate less fish, less meat, and tried to resist the oil rush, the coltan rush, the rosewood rush. Resisting fashion was hard. No one wanted bamboo furniture when Koso was the hottest thing. Are you surprised that forests in Africa and South America were shrinking fast, while forests in Eurasia were growing? To live healthy lives, they had to break the rules of the industrial world. They dreamed of the day when there would be more trees and tires, more fish than plastic. They had to stop destroying the forests and the oceans. There was a better way to live. Their natural world, they realized, was special. So special they had to learn to keep it alive. The future was not homogeneous. The future was diverse, sustainable and healthy. They stopped logging and bulldozing. They stopped forcing people into concrete jungles, for they too wanted the benefits of forest bathing. They learned to appreciate life on earth without control and profit in mind. They stopped absurd culture wars and indigenous erasure. They rejected the standardized mainstream image of the perfect green life.
Give it up for love. Love is in full control. Love is all I have.
As they opened their mind to ancestral knowledge, they understood their responsibility to other life forms. They listened and admitted that sharing knowledge and schooling without walls was the best form of education. They regretted having destroyed so much indigenous intellectual heritage. So much had been lost. But now they were ready to learn and evolve in trust. They too wanted to be one with the earth, the sun, and the stars. City office working humans started compensating for the energy their lifestyle was exhausting. They started seeing the earth as a source of health. They looked into how artificial lights badly affected their mood and their sleep. They thought about how the sun still paced their lives and wondered about ancient culture who used the sun's energy. They were amazed at how much the sun gave them.
I wanna rise with the morning sun, gaze at the stars when the evening come, run to the hills for my meditation, and eat from my plantation.
They stopped showing off the stuff they owned and started taking pride in the things they shared. They thought about who they were and chose to reconnect to the truth and respect the laws of nature. They learned about the man who fought the desert, turning dust into life-giving soil. He shared his farming technique with humans everywhere around the world. Scorned at first, like most untrendy people, like all small farmers.
No, I just can't take no more.
When huge corporations took control, small farmers were ostracized for not using chemicals. Forbidden to save their own seeds, local crops had to be abandoned. This was devastating. Many species of highly nutritious food plants became extinct.
As long as the sun keeps shining for us, love will pave the way for us. Tell them to live clean and generous, but them still a live dangerous.
For thousands of years, people used plants for their therapeutic and medicinal properties. They used their nutritional knowledge to maximize their health and raise their vibration. They believed in diversity rather than a few economically profitable plants. When they were finally free to rediscover ancient crops, they celebrated the renaissance of so many lost crops. This ancient and deep understanding of ecology inspired the revival of natural practices in nurturing the land. It led to more nutritious food and more respectful kind of conservationism. All over the world, humans learned to revive crops unique to their land. They recognized the value of plants and appreciated their divine energy. Humans now wanted food that healed, not food that harmed. When they started to care about how they fueled their bodies, they didn't question the use of chemicals, flavoring, additives, and coloring. They didn't want it. When they understood their health depended on their environment, they started to care about the health of the planet as well. Humans were very powerful, and when they collaborated, their influence became an incredible force. They recreated a world in which the air was clean, the land flowed with clean water and helpful plants. Organic farms grew on every rooftop and every bus stop, attracting bees and birds, insulating buildings, saving energy and providing local nutritious food. Humans cycled and walked more, built sustainable homes again, foodscapes and skyscrapers, turned landfills into wild gardens and car parks into food forests. In all areas, ancient practices were appreciated. Millenniums before plastic waste became an issue, humans used banana leaves as food packaging. This ancient design and technology saved the planet from single-use plastic and had many health benefits. Big tech didn't save the world, plants did. natural world provided everything humans needed, and preserving the diversity of life gave them back their truly rich human experience. In the light of this cultural transformation, humans were freed of greed. They merged ancestral knowledge and wisdom with new technologies. They created a civilization where local and global problems were solved. The untrendy struggle was over, and the earth in all its diversity thrived. Humans everywhere on the planet embraced the sunshine, appreciated clean air, water, and nutritious food. They all made it their mission to explore together and find more compassionate, meaningful, and ecological solutions for all Earthlings. No one wanted this knowledge to be lost again, for it promised a much brighter future.
I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. I'm gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Yeah, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Oh, I'm gonna take it back to the roots. Gonna take it back to the roots where life is so natural and true. Yeah.